Random House Audio presents Innovation U, 4 Steps to Becoming New and Improved. Written and read by Jeff DeGraff. To my mother Joan, who taught me to love words, and my father Jim, who encouraged me to seek out the world. They have been my guiding lights, and I am most grateful for their enduring love and support. Special thanks to Deborah Goldstein, G.F. Lichtenberg, and Marnie Cochran, who made this book happen. To my wife Stanny, the love of my life, for everything. Introduction. One day it hits you. The game has changed. What always worked for you before, professionally or personally, no longer gets results. Maybe you lose a job or reach the end of a long relationship, and you realize, I'm done here. But this could be my chance for something better. Maybe you hold on to that job or meet your commitments to family, friends, and community, but underneath your success you feel this isn't enough. Not anymore, not at this time in my life. At such moments you know that both the game and you must change, and there's only one way forward. Innovate. Make it new. Make you new. For so many people I meet, that moment has arrived. I think of Terry, a high school math teacher who has always secretly dreamed of becoming a baker. In the same week, she lost her teaching job to budget cuts and heard about a 6-month sublease on a storefront downtown with good baking ovens. Her savings would just cover it. It was a big risk for her, but then again, this was what she always wanted. She asked me, should I go for my dream? Then there was Vago, who ran a successful financial advisory practice. He had built his company by providing a unique service for high net worth investors, and as it grew, he handpicked a circle of disciples who learned to do what he did. As the company expanded, each of the members of that circle hired his or her own circle. In theory, this meant that everyone in the company could provide the same excellent approach that Vago had first pioneered. But in recent years, it had become more like photocopying the photocopy of a photocopy. The lines blurred and the quality was lost. Vago had begun to worry that his company's star was fading and that his best days were behind him. Was there a way to get back to the excitement and the success he had known before? Vago and Terry were in very different situations, but their basic life situation was the same. Their old approaches had stopped working, and they were both trying to do something new. They had to do something they hadn't done before in a way they hadn't done it. And that's what it means to innovate. You don't know exactly where you're going. You don't know how to drive this kind of car, and you need to get there soon. So how do you learn to innovate? These days, people from all walks of life come to me for individual guidance. Who am I? Why should you trust me to help renew and improve your life? I'm one of the leading innovation experts you've never heard of, until now. I have been called the Dean of Innovation for my work with hundreds of the most recognized firms in the world, including American Airlines, Coca-Cola, General Electric, Pfizer, and Toyota. And my business writings are found in the playbooks for innovation programs at Thomson Reuters, Johnson & Johnson, and other industry leaders. I headline conferences for everyone from Visa to the Federal Bureau of Investigation to the Telemundo. I'm a top-rated professor at the prestigious Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan and founder of the Innovatorium, a creativity lab where executives come from around the world to learn our proven scientific method and to jumpstart innovation for corporate reinvention and growth. Increasingly, I've found that my clients at the Innovatorium and my speaking audiences around the world are coming to me with something new, personal stories. And behind every story is the same urgent question. Jeff, you work with companies that continue to innovate, grow, and thrive, no matter how bad the weather gets out there. How can we do what they do? How do you innovate you? In this audiobook, I show you how it's done. Think of Innovation U as the key to your own personal innovatorium, a private creativity lab where you learn my 4-step model for restoring growth and remaking your life. Here I draw on 25 years of success with corporations of every kind, some in crisis, some broadening their ambitions, to show you how to innovate better so you can grow to reach your own goals, whether personal or professional. This book is broken down into 4 sections corresponding to the 4 steps our corporate clients take at the Innovate tram. Step 1, Rethink Innovation, shows you the opportunities to inject creativity into every aspect of your life. Step 2, Revise Your Approach with Prismatic Thinking, explains the 4 most common approaches to innovation as established in a model of corporate growth that I co-developed for business use and that has become one of the most influential theories of organizational culture and competency. In this book, I've adapted that method for individuals. By making use of this tool, you will come to recognize which of these 4 approaches you commonly use to create value in your life, and what you could be doing if you understood the full range of your possibilities. In Step 3, Run Your Experiments, you learn to implement your freshly revised approach in the cycle of innovation. And in Step 4, See the Whole Journey, you discover how ongoing success, whether for an individual or for a multinational corporation, depends on understanding and working with innovation's long-term cycles. Guided by Innovation you will discover the mistaken assumptions that hold even creative people back. Recognize the approach to innovation you rely on without thinking, and learn to craft a more effective approach to better reach your goals, even as conditions change around you. Identify practical methods for setting meaningful goals, overcoming resistance from yourself or those around you, and turning setbacks into vital discoveries. Reimagine innovation as a lifelong practice, so the personal growth never ends. The recent severe recession has made personal innovation an urgent priority, not only for individuals, but for companies and nations. I think of one Fortune 500 client I'll call Fortuna, whose ongoing success depends on a steady flow of new ideas and products. Executives at Fortuna called me because they discovered that their carefully planned processes and incentives had stopped working. Despite their system of offering greenhouse funds, seed money for employees who wanted to test new projects, the money was just sitting in a bank account. No one was testing new ideas anymore. What had gone wrong? Well, for one thing, the real estate market had collapsed. It was a Category 1 disaster. Employees at all levels were fearful for their jobs and upset about colleagues who had been laid off. Those remaining worked overtime to keep up with the increased workload they inherited. They felt too anxious and too pressured to devise or test new ideas. They only wanted to play it safe and hold on to their jobs. What they didn't understand was that in the long term, playing it safe was the most dangerous thing they could do. It wouldn't lead to new ideas and new products, which were the future of the company, and their paychecks. Just as in the country as a whole, productivity at Fortuna was up, but it wasn't leading to growth. So I told them, you have to help your people see that in a down economy, innovation is not their best friend. It's their only friend. Things will not get better until the company has great new products to sell and in surprising new ways. You have to give your employees all the practical support and encouragement you can to help them believe that and to innovate today. 3 major business studies this year reached the same conclusion. The most urgent business need, according to separate researchers at IBM, Boston Consulting Group, and the Council on Competitiveness, is to develop the ability of each individual to find creative solutions to work challenges and to innovate for him or herself. Although group innovation processes are important, they are not enough. According to a Newsweek cover article, the entire country is heading for a creativity crisis. At the very moment when a survey of 1,500 CEOs named creativity the most important element for success in an increasingly complex world, ahead of rigor, management, discipline, integrity, and even vision, American children are scoring lower than ever on measures of creativity. Some blame the passive culture of video. Others point to the decline of creativity teaching in schools, from the gutting of art and music classes in elementary and high schools, to the shift away from liberal and fine arts majors in college. For these and other reasons, this country is losing its edge in creativity when we need it most. That's the deeper crisis that inspired Innovation U, and the deeper opportunity for you to bring the full benefits of creativity into your life, no matter what you hope to do next. Let me start to show you how it works. Recall Terry, who lost her full-time teaching job and who saw a chance to turn that job loss into a dream come true? The risk was big. Should she invest the bulk of her savings in a sublease on a bakery storefront?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?